Are you tired of the daily grind? Have you ever just dreamed of escaping the rat race and sailing off into the sunset in your own boat, but you've been put off with the price of buying one? We were too, until we looked into it fully. Then we bought an old boat for less than the price of a second-hand car, and with no sailing experience, I sailed over 1,000 miles round the British coast to our home. So follow us as we rebuild this wee boat and take her round the world to remote places and have the adventure of a lifetime, but within a budget that the average person could afford. Hi, back at it again today. I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today because the weather is forecast to be a bit crazy over the next few days. It's actually supposed to gust up to 80 knots, so aye, winter's definitely on its way. There's a slight sprinkle of snow on the hills now, so aye, winter's coming. So I thought that this week, because the weather's not in my favour for fiberglass, it might be an idea to try and get lights and electrics sorted a bit. So I'm going to take all the panels off the ceiling and I'm going to trace back all the wires and things, and I'm going to try and put lights up because it's only going to get darker here. Midwinter it'll be dark kind of 4 PM, so I need lights in the boat to work, at the very least so that I can do stuff, but preferably so that I can film it and you guys can see. So I'm going to crack on with that today. I'm also going to take the rails off for the staysail. They're leaking just now and I need to take them off anyway for to fill in the roof, because we're going to refair the entire roof and fill in any small cracks and things and then repaint it in preparation for this hardtop that I'm going to build, which it seems to be growing arms and legs, to be honest. It started off as a small thing and now I think it's going to be able to hold about maybe 500 watts of solar and then 200 watts on the back. But aye, that's another project for another day. Today I'm going to get all the panels off the ceilings and off this berth that I'm sitting on just now, because there seems to be water coming in there somewhere now. So I want to trace that and seal it up. I also need to tidy this place. It's an absolute disaster. That's the problem with having a small boat. By the time you get all your tools on, there's not really any space for anything else. So I'll move everything to the side of the boat that I'm not working on today and we'll make a start from there. Now, I'm going to have to get these lights off first. I put this on back when I first got the boat just to get some light in the place because there was nothing there. Luckily it just pops out, so well, some of it pops out. I'm just remembering I had to super glue some of it to keep it in. Now, I'll just take this trim off from the centre. There's about 300 screw nails in it and they're all flat heads, so this will take a while. I didn't really want to have to take all of this off, but the wiring and the electrics is so bad that I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and start over. As I said in last week's video, I've got about 90 metres of 14 gauge and then I think I've got 20 metres of 4 gauge red and 4 gauge black to come in from the batteries. what I forgot to mention last week is that I've got an isolator switch as well. So it'll come from the batteries to the isolator switch and then to the bus bar. And that'll allow me to switch everything on and off when I'm on the boat and when I'm not. Now then, that seems to be all the flathead screws from here. Okay, so I've now got to unscrew all the wee clips, the wee retaining clips, because they're too far in as well. Okay, this is going to be fun. I might just ease it off with the... I think it's going to be easier doing it this way. I must have run out of screws at this part, because these are much bigger. Now, there we go. That wasn't too painful. As I said, I didn't want to take these off until I'm ready, but I can't leave the electrics lying bare like that. So I'll take off as few as I can, and then I'll run some wires, and then I'll start putting these back on temporarily, just so that I've got some lights to work in without wires hanging everywhere. Believe it or no, I actually got electrocuted in the head with that twice before I isolated it. So yeah, it was one of those Homer Simpson moments. Now, I would use my battery gun for this, but I don't actually have plain head bits for it. I mean, boats seem to be the only place that I find plain head screws nowadays, so. And I assure you, once I've got these ones out, they're not going back in. I'll get something completely different, something like Torx bits or something. Okay, that might actually explain why there's a leak in there, because somebody's put a 2-inch screw through it. Aye, that screw's a lot deeper than the thickness of the ceiling. Now then, I've got one more hidden here. You know, I said early on that I didn't want to rip the whole boat apart. I wanted to do one job at a time type thing. But it's always the same with boats. You go to do one thing And to manage that you've got to do 10 other things. There's always that one last screw that's hiding somewhere. I'm just getting a peek into the wiring here, and I'm actually really surprised this bolt hasn't gone on fire before now. It's some of the wiring is it's to say it's been jerry-rigged would be an understatement. Right, now then. I don't quite know what to say about that. Hey. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an electrician by any stretch of the imagination, and I have been known to jerry-rig things in the past, but never like this. I might actually I might video in here just so you can see what I'm looking at. It's a wee bit terrifying because there's melted wires and everything touching metal plates, and aye. I'm glad that I've started doing this job now. I think this is one that definitely needs done, because it's actually dangerous. So I'm going to crack on and I'm going to pull all of this off, and I'll let you see what I'm seeing just now. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I mean this wire here and this wire here are melted. And then there's wires further in that are actually melted onto the compression post. So it's probably a good job that I'm doing this just now, because that definitely needs ripped out and redone. As I said, I'm not an electrician by any stretch, but I know enough to know that that's not safe. I mean, this looks as if it's actually been on fire before, because that started off there as a white cable and it's melted and burned black here. Aye. Okay, I'm going to crack on with this, and I'm going to get the panel off so I can see the full extent of things. They've actually, at some point, they've put cables together with masking tape, which is not a great idea. So I'm going to take these panels off so I can see exactly what I'm looking at, because that's not very great. That's not very great at all. I'm a wee bit speechless, which doesn't happen often with me. I am, as I said, I'm a wee bit speechless just now, so I'm just going to work away and get all this down so that I can see exactly what I'm looking at. These things happen with old boats. You know, over the years people just do quick fixes here and there, and by the time the boat gets to 57-year-old, those quick fixes all add up until an entire wiring system ends up being a quick fix. But that's what I'm doing just now anyway. You know, we're taking the boat back to bare fiberglass, a section at a time, and we're going to repair it and we're going to refit it, and it'll all be brand new wiring and things by the time I'm finished. So aye, as long as I can get the lights on the go so that I can see what I'm doing over the winter. We're in the process of trying to sort out different batteries. I'm looking at lithium, but I don't know, to be honest. I think I need about 1000 amp hours for what we're needing. And 1000 amp hours of lithium is about £4,000, so aye. I might look at lead acid for the short term, because I can get a 400 amp hour lead acid battery for about £400. So aye, I'll see when I get closer to the time, but I'll tackle this job first. We were thinking of doing different panels on the ceiling anyway. I'm just trying to get ones that will actually conform to the shape. But in the meantime, I'll put holes in these ones to get the lights fitted, and then we can, when the time comes to do the ceiling, we can look at what we're going to put on it. I'm slightly concerned about this wind that's going to come in over the next few days. As I said, it's gusting up to 80 knots. Thankfully, I've just looked at Windy and Predict Wind and Navionics actually, and all three of them agree that the wind is going to be in the right direction for me. Most of the wind will be blocked by the hills, so I shouldn't be too bad. Usually, or last year I was using XC weather a lot, but bizarrely this year it has been so inaccurate. I mean, it's not just been a little bit inaccurate, it's been crazy. So I went away and I got a subscription for Predict Wind and for Windy, and I think, do you need a subscription for Ventuski? I think so, but that's another good app, Ventuski. That's something I've been using for a few years as well. And it's usually quite accurate. As I said, XC weather was quite accurate last year, but it's gone to pieces this year. blocking the view here, but I'm just trying to look at things. Aye. Okay, so this wee screw nail here has been letting water in through the roof. Now I'm going to crack on and I'm going to get the rest of these panels off and we'll come back in then. That'll give me a chance to figure things out and things like that. Because there's lumps of wood here lying on, hanging off of wires and God knows all what. That looks like it's been gaffer tape at one point. Okay, so somebody's actually... I'll bring you in the other camera and let you see that once I've got everything off. I think it'll be better that way. So I'll come back in once I've got all these panels off and we can have a proper look, instead of me trying to figure it out as I go and talking nonsense at you. Now, I've got all the power all isolated, so I'm just going to start snipping these things. This one and this one here come down through the mast, so I know that none of the mast lights are working, so I can leave them, as I said, as a chaser wire or a mousing line, whatever you want to call them. Now, right, that's that one, and these are okay. Well, cut that one as well. And I'll leave a bit more on that, and then that one, and then that one. So that just leaves them there. I think a lot of these bits of wood are just coming down as well. Now, I'm going to cut that one and that one, and that takes that wire right across the other side of the boat here. Okay. Aye. A lot of this epoxy is just too old and gone, I think. Cutting something important. Now, that's that side done. Now I can pull this through into here. I don't know how much you can see. Right. a lot of this needs unravelled and picked apart just to see what it is. Now what I'm going to keep that, and that can come off. This one can get cut out. Now, I was going to do the runners today, but it's absolutely pouring down, and it has been for about 2 hours now. So I'm going to leave them as they are and hope that I get some dry weather tomorrow. Until then, I'll just keep on going round and cutting all of this wire out. The boat's falling apart. Well, I haven't got them all out yet, but it's a start. I've still got both berths at the stern there to de-wire, but aye, making a good start on it. Unfortunately, it's still pouring down. Even the seal doesn't want to go and play. Now, it's looking quite dire. I'm really not enjoying the way it looks just now at all. It looks like a lot of derelict buildings you see in Glasgow. But you've got to rip everything back to the start and kind of rebuild. So, these wires here, these are the ones that are coming from the mast. As I said, I'm going to use them as mousing lines. I'm going to pick this off when I get a chisel. Aye, it's not looking very good at all just now. But it'll look a lot better by the time I'm finished. I think all these wooden straps are going to have to come out and be completely redone, because the epoxy and the glue that was used is just, it's failing everywhere now. So aye, got a lot of work to do, but I've got a long cold winter for to do it. If the weather just now is anything to indicate what it's going to be like, I'll have plenty of time. I don't think there'll be much sailing done in weather like this. Sally was just messaging me there, and she's saying that the weather warnings went up. It was supposed to be up to 80-mile-an-hour winds. She reckons it's up as far as 95-mile-an-hour wind warning now. So aye, it's going to be quite heavy, so I'll make sure everything's tied down here. But I think this is just going to be one of the challenges of filming during the winter and doing work. I'll just have to batten down the hatches and do whatever I can, and then when the weather allows, do other stuff. Right, your turn.
Yay!
Let's see what you remember.
Take it out of neutral first,
Uh-huh.
and then
Go, go, go! But go in the right direction. Slow down, slow down. Slow down.
oh,
You've got a rope trailer underneath you here. You've always got to check that there's no rope's going to go in the prop and things.
aye. I'm slowly getting more used to the left is right, right is left.
Aye, it's different with the tiller, but we might actually be putting a steering wheel system in the boat, so
That'd be good.
aye, once you get used to this, we'll put a steering wheel in just to confuse you again.
Like when Mum was staring up on the arm of the last one.
Is this the right side?
Oh god, no, it's not. I forgot you'd done a specific side now.
Don't hit the rocks behind us.
Yeah. Oh god.
Go into forward. Into forward.
So you'll be getting the captain's certificate soon then?
Yeah, well, I'll be getting more of them anyway. Careful. Whoa.
That doesn't help.
Oh, was that being mean?
I've overshot it now.
Yeah, any excuse.
Hold on, I can maybe just turn it around.
But then your rope will be on the wrong side.
Oh, what?
Your rope.
Oh, yeah, of course. Right, okay.
Ta-da!
So I can't do that.
Nope. How about you go right round the boat again?
I'm trying to avoid having to do that.
That's it, nice and slow. It just intake over, it slowly turns round, and then you get the angle that you want.
Just try not to
Forward.
go oh.
Don't panic. There you go. Now take it out of gear. There you go, and give it a pull. There you go. Get a wee rev. Put it in gear.
Yep.
Rev. Steer it straight. You need to steer it straight to get away from the rocks first.
Okay.
Now,
And then
I just let it go in and tick over. There we go. A wee bit. Keep going.
just to turn
Keep
us
going.
round.
Get a wee bit of revs. There we go. Straighten up. A bit more revs. Now you're going to go round the boat.
Yep.
So that'll turn you that way. Want to go that way?
Oh.
There we go. Now turn round. There we go. That's it. You're getting it. It's okay. Keep going straight. I'll grab the boat. Keep going straight.
Okay.
There we go. Now, take it out of gear. There we go. Now, there we go. Now, I've let Sally do the painting because, as you seen the last time, mine's is absolutely terrible. So, yes,
And I might be a bit better, but I get in a blooming mess.
that's all right. I don't get in a mess when you paint.
We could do something about that.
Aye.
Yes. Aye, it's very runny, this paint.
Aye, the top coat is thin, but it self-levels, so, and once it's dry, it's a really good paint.
Maybe putting a bit too much on the brush at once.
That's, to be honest, that's why I prefer a roller, and the fact that it gets done faster. I mean, if I could just come in here with a big spray gun and spray the inside of the boat, I would. Yes. Sally's currently laughing because the last time I tried to spray the inside of a garage, the spray gun exploded and I came out with more paint in me than the garage got.
Oh, that was so funny.
Aye, I think it blocked up and the pressure built up and there was the best part of a litre of white gloss paint exploded all over the top of me, so.
Yeah, it looked so pretty.
Oh aye.
But this will give it some protection here.
Aye. I'm wondering, is the water also coming in that water filler cap?
Yeah.
No, that.
No?
No, see this, the metal bit that's
Oh,
sticking
that's
down.
No, that's
Aye.
going dry.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
all the way around and inside. That is wet.
that's good. Aye, there's one of the bolts off that rail that's leaking slightly, but we'll get that rebedded.
There was a drip on the outside of this drain as well just now.
Okay. Well, we'll give that a dabby Sikaflex when we're going round. There's a lot of stuff still to do on the boat, but we've got an entire winter. So aye.
And it won't be all grotty days.
Well, I hope not. We should get quite a bit done over the winter. Hopefully we get to the stage of putting on nice new parts before the winter's ended.
That'd be good.
It would. And I want this roof and things painted and all the rest of it and the boat sealed up, so that we can start, as I said, putting nice things in it like wind instruments, and I'm looking at buying one of those Orca cores because I was having a look at the charts there and it looks quite good, so I think we'll give that a try.
Once we've done the the inner bits that we're not actually going to see.
Aye.
We can do the outer bits that we are going to see, and it'll give us that sense of actually we've made some real progress.
Aye, well, that's it. If we do it from the very, take it right back to bare fiberglass and do it properly all the way through, then we know that it's a good sturdy boat and it's going to last another 50 years. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to that, and I'm going to start ferrying some wood across to the shore and get it into the back of the car.
Okay, have fun. It's starting to get a bit more breezy out there, isn't it?
Aye, well the wind's supposed to start picking up from about 4 o'clock, so...
Not too bad just now.
Aye, it's not too bad just now, but it's going to get...
Hairy. 95 mile an hour hairy, apparently.
Aye, apparently we're right in that band that's going to get 95 knot winds, so... That'll be fun.
I don't know that I'd like to be out on it.
Oh,
I might want to experience it here.
I was going to get you in that front crossbar doing a Titanic when the wind's blowing. No?
No! You see me when I panic.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to the painting just now and we'll come back in a bit once I've got some wood ferried across.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
See how far I get.
Aye.
Be a good way to become a contortionist.
Aye. Or get good at limbo, one of the two.
Aye.
But once we get the... I've been looking at the kind of... the Prout Snow Goose and things, and the one that Mark from Wildland Sailing had. And you'll be able to stand upright fully in them.
Aye, his one was really good.
Aye, this one's more for kind of fast cruising, I think, so it's a bit more aerodynamic. Whereas when we're living aboard one, we want one that's kind of more luxury cruising. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I've put these wee lights up here, just temporarily, on these fillets, until we get the board sorted and things. And I'll put more lights over this side as well, and that'll just let us work in the winter. Going to get more batteries, as I was saying earlier, and I've got an inverter there as well, a 2000 watt inverter. In fact, I think it's actually the 3500 watt inverter that we've got. I think we gave the smaller one away. But that'll give us 240 volts on the boat, so we'll be able to use other stuff as well.
Electric kettle.
I think an electric kettle is about 2000 watts, so aye. But while we've got gas on board, we'd be as well using that for the kettle.
And I like the smell of that kettle. It's our old camping kettle that's a million years old and smells of all those campfires.
Aye, it's got
All
stories
those
to tell.
adventures.
Aye.
And every time it boils, it just emits that smell, and it's just, oh.
It reminds me of that first year with you in Glen Affric.
Uh-huh.
That first camping.
It is kind of cool
And
having
Afric
a proper
in the
kettle.
frost.
Aye.
Oh, that was cool. That was a really good camper.
Aye, I really enjoyed it. It was freezing cold, but aye, it was good. And then trying to light the fire the next again day in the rain.
Aye. Eating dinner off the tailgate with the top open.
Aye, to keep us
Protecting
dry.
from the rain.
Are you having fun there, are you?
Feel the state of me.
There's more paint on you than there is on the walls.
Wait till the end of the season when we finish the boat. My painting clothes will look a bit more painted.
Aye.
Aye, there's no point putting on anything decent to come and do this job.
No.
It's getting better, and it's looking a load better.
Aye, it's looking a lot cleaner. I mean, I know it's all psychological, but still. It looks cleaner, so it makes me happier.
But also when we come into the boat, it's brighter.
Aye.
You know, when we come in and we've got this dirty, dull brown, it makes the boat feel smaller.
Aye, and more oppressive.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the things I struggled with when I was coming up, you know, when I was stuck for a week at a time, and I was just lying looking at that dirty ceiling. It almost felt like it was pressing down on me at times.
I can imagine that was not very pleasant at all.
Totally worth it now,
Aye.
100%.
Aye, she's lovely.
Aye, she is. She's a beautiful wee boat. As I said earlier on, we're going to get these rails out so that we can get the roof done properly. So I'm just going to start undoing these back plates, and then we'll get the top off, and hopefully we can get them filled before any rain comes and get them waterproof. It's a bit tight on here.
Coming off easier than I thought it would.
Aye. It's I think it's actually perished a lot of it, and that's why it's letting water through. You know, your mum was talking about her clothes getting dirty. This is brand new, and it's fully Sikaflex already. So aye, don't wear your brand new printed t-shirt to the boat.
At least it shows how durable it is.
Oh aye, it's pure durable. Look. As it happens, yeah, I am. She nearly fell back into the berth.
Oh no.
Oh. Anyway, we'll get this sanding finished, and we'll get another layer of this filler on it, and we'll come back in when that's done. Lily, I am your father.
Are you sure? I thought Mum said that was the postman.
Cheeky chops.
Mum said it, not me.
Trust me, you've got my mouth and my cheek. You're my daughter. Now the fiberglass had actually separated there.
I can see that.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So that's going to get done and filled in properly. Now get all the dust off it first, and then we'll give it a good clean with some acetone. I'm going to keep a hold of that so I don't lose it. Now if you just wipe everything with acetone, just to get any grease and dirt off it, get a good old clean. We'll get some thickened epoxy on that and fill it. And then I think for today we'll paint it just to seal it up. Because I don't think we're going to have time before the rain comes in. And before this wind comes in, I think it's due in about 3 hours. So if you turn the cloth round and then do it again on that side. As I said, that just takes any grease and dirt off it.
It dries really quickly as well.
It evaporates like petrol or alcohol. Just trying to squeeze it down inside it there. Don't want it too much in it. You don't want big lumps because then it takes forever to sand them down.
There's a bit of a fine balance then.
Just a bit. That wind's starting to pick up already.
Aye. Supposed to get pretty mental speeds, aren't they?
It's supposed to get up to 90 mile an hour, 95 mile an hour. better. What's that? You're my father? Now, I'm going to have to be fast with this one because I put a lot of hardener in it. Probably too much, to be honest. Now, I'm blobbing it on the now. And then I'll pull it along with the big one. Now, I wanted to put this part in before the end of the video. There's recorded wind speeds of 100 mile an hour on Skye, which is only about 18 miles from here. But because we're so sheltered, it's windy, but it's not too bad. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything. Aye, it's windy, but it's not too bad, and the boat's looking fine. She's moving about a bit, but not too bad. I'll go back up to gear lock, actually into the main lock, where it's a lot more exposed, and I'll show you there. Even in the lock, there's waves of 2 and 3 metres, so aye, it's been quite blustery overnight. There's a few of the small tenders here. This one here, this one, and then this one. As you can see, they're nearly sunk because they're full of water. So it has been quite heavy going overnight, but it's not too bad just now, thankfully. And as I said, the catamaran, she's rocking a bit, but she's sitting not too bad. If you like these videos and want to help support us to make more, as well as getting ad-free videos and lots of exclusive content, including much longer, more in-depth videos, then click the link in the description below and head over to our new Patreon. And thank you in advance. Now, I think we're going to have to end this episode here, because we're about an hour away from the forecast wind, and that's the rain starting to come in now, so aye, I think we'll leave it here. And if we don't get blown away over the weekend, we'll be back next week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There was a few different bits and pieces in it. If you did enjoy it, if you wouldn't mind, like, share and subscribe. It really helps us out and we really appreciate it. Before we forget, we'd like to thank Ian Gordon and John Andrews for your continued support. It means a great deal to us, and it's actually helping us buy things like epoxy and stuff like that. So thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Yeah. And as I said, if we don't get blown away over the weekend with these 90-mile-an-hour winds that are coming, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.